The final race of the year is 5 lights away. And the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is go! Max Verstappen's having to do something about Charles Leclerc, and that is brave from Verstappen because he knew he was on the back foot, and he's found something in the second phase of the start to stay ahead of the Ferrari. George Russell was close there with Oscar Piastri. Oh, that was very, very tight there, as you see. Piastri hanging on there. He's all over the back of Lando Norris, I should say. So Lando Norris on the charge. Verstappen, then Leclerc, then Piastri. Upper place goes Norris. That's getting tight on the apex of turn number 5. Can Charles Leclerc do anything now? He's right in the wheel tracks. No DRS at this stage, but he's forcing a defensive shape. As in the background, Hamilton and Perez go very close. Positions for the lead of the Grand Prix, and Charles Leclerc's going to take it. Side by side they go once again, only momentarily. Once again, Verstappen's bravery on the brakes keeps him the lead.
He just will never let it go. That's what defines him as such a fighting, feisty world champion. But here comes Charles Leclerc once again. He'll have to go around the outside.
Well, it'd be something if you went around the outside of there, and Verstappen knew it, hugging the inside line. But surely we weren't expecting this sort of pressure.
How did Leclerc not take the lead? Twice he was up the inside cleanly there, and Verstappen charged around the outside. Charles, I think, was maybe a little bit too kind to him in both of those cases. I thought Max might fly off the road at turn 1, but he had the space and had the margin to do that.
Perez has a hunt at Hamilton.
Perez diving to the inside, Perez getting through, and that is 9th position. That is a replay of Lando Norris moving up to 3rd position, and he was clearing Oscar Piastri. That was always going to be a matter of time. Sometimes it can be tactical into that corner. Sometimes you might wait for the second opportunity, because if you get past, the driver gets the chance for a right of reply. Russell has waited, has the momentum. Does he have the place? Got to go to the outside line. Can he get the move complete? Russell has got the position at the moment. Mid-corner though, different story on the exit. It still belongs to Piastri, and there is a perfect illustration of how hard it is to go around the outside. Very, very close, beyond 200 miles per hour, and having to defend into 6th. Sergio Perez is going to make the place. Oscar Piastri's off the racing line. Perez looks like he's going to improve up to 8th position. Battles everywhere at the moment, certainly heading to turn number 9. The Mercedes closer than it's been at any stage. Still, Gasly is ahead behind, but what about the battle for 4th? Finally, the move is complete for George Russell. So Norris responding.
And Russell, he's headed in as well, and Russell's got the better stop.
And there you go for George Russell. So that's a big moment in the context of the Grand Prix. McLaren, who have the 2 best pit stops of the year, when it counted 5.1 seconds, and George Russell got 1 on track, gets 1 in the pit lane.
I've just damaged my front wing. He looks up ahead of me.
Look, he came from a long way back, but as the Alpine was locking up, Hamilton, I think, has obviously been confused by it and just ran into the back of him.
Perez will want a clear, easy, efficient pass here to get past. He has the DRS. That gives you an idea of how effective it is, and that is slam dunk stuff, up to 6th. Just looking at the comparison in lap time between Charles Leclerc and George Russell, it is ebbing and flowing. And there's the pass for Sergio Perez, up to 5th place. Through he goes, past Oscar Piastri. And this is Lewis Hamilton trying to get past. Fernando Alonso ahead. Fernando Alonso tries to squeeze. Can't keep the champion behind. 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton, 2-time champion Fernando Alonso. 2 greats of the sport, and no real contest this time.
Yeah, he just brake tested me. I got brake tested before the brake test.
It looked like he actually went offline and ended up off the race. Let's just see, did he have a moment here, or what was happening? Oh yeah, he did. He did actually slow down, trying to force Lewis to pass him ahead of the corner so he could get DRS.
To randomly hit the brakes way before, I don't think that's a smart move.
The identity of the top 3 still in the balance. You don't see many passes into turn 5 today. Fernando Alonso getting in there early, trying something different, because the straight line speed is barn door slow at the moment, and yet he's done enough, he's made it work. Racecraft again, pass complete.
Perez is going to have a bit of a say here in Who wins between Ferrari and Mercedes? Sainz has got Hamilton with him now on track, so that shows how it's not gone well for Carlos Sainz. He's got to make another pit stop.
Perez is looking to the inside. Can he get it done? Norris trying to stay there. They make contact. That seemed to be happening at such slow speed. Perez seemed to have the place. Norris seemed to turn in super late, and they made clumsy contact on the apex of the corner.
Checo doesn't turn into an apex, runs wide.
There's a 5-second time penalty for Sergio Perez for causing a collision. Here's Lewis Hamilton trying to take the place away from Carlos Sainz, trying to go the long way round. Either way, he's forced Sainz away from the racing line. We'll try and do it in the next phase. That was a semi-strange one for Norris and Perez.
It's all getting strange. The overtake was very much after you, no after you between those two. And in the end, Norris turned in on Perez and there was contact. Here comes Hamilton on Sainz.
Looking for the move around the outside. He'll scrub the speed off. Oh, that'll work. That'll work nicely. Hamilton goes the long way round at turn number 9 and gets past the Ferrari driver. That is a tidy way to improve your position. Let's go again. Down, out of turn 5, the back straight, up to 200 miles per hour. Once again, Perez getting close, trying to make it work in the braking zone. Fights his way by to 4th position. That's bad news for Lando Norris. Have had late retirements here in the past. Oh, that's a nice dive to the inside, and we saw it from the nose cam as Sergio Perez gets by up to 3rd on the road, but that 5-second penalty will drop him back. Max Verstappen out of the final corner for the final time. Max Verstappen wins 19 Grand Prix in a single season. Amazing stuff. He wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Hamilton has an amazing opportunity to get by. Hamilton does get by, we believe. Oh, it was really close. He's up to 8th. Perez is in 2nd place, but Charles Leclerc will move up there.
So Perez had the DRS to go and check out as well, but crucially, it wasn't enough. He was 3.9 seconds ahead of George Russell at the end, so he falls back behind Russell, and Mercedes cling on to 2nd in the championship, even though Hamilton went for that pass and didn't pull it off on Tsunoda.
Max Verstappen champion long ago back in Qatar. Alonso 4th, then Leclerc, Norris and Sainz with a weekend to forget to conclude the year. In the battle for P2, Mercedes held on despite Charles Leclerc's invention on the last lap.